The spiral of coherence, from heartbeat to cosmos. What if your heart is not only beating, but spiraling? What if every pulse within you echoes the same geometry that shapes seashells, galaxies, and the cycles of your own life? The HeartMath Institute has shown us something beautiful. When the heart is stressed, its rhythm becomes jagged and erratic. But when we enter a state of love, gratitude, or appreciation, the heart shifts into coherence. Its rhythm smooths into a gentle sine wave, rolling like ocean swells. This is more than data points on a graph. The sine wave is the purest form of vibration, the fundamental rhythm of harmony. When our heart beats in this way, our entire system, body, mind, and spirit, moves into sync. Of course, this is a simplified picture. In reality, heart rhythms exist on a spectrum. Negative emotions tend towards more disorganized patterns, while positive emotions tend towards more ordered ones. Still, the principle holds true. Coherence reflects harmony, while incoherence reflects imbalance. But even this is only half the story. The sine wave we see is a two-dimensional shadow of something deeper. A sine wave is a two-dimensional shadow of a three-dimensional motion. Lift that wave into space and it becomes a spiral, a helix winding forward. This is not abstraction. It is how nature moves. Spirals are everywhere. The spiral is the geometry of life unfolding, and your heartbeat, when coherent, participates in this same universal pattern. We imagine Earth circling the sun in a loop, but in truth, as the sun races around the Milky Way, Earth traces a corkscrew path, a spiral through space. Each year's orbit is not a closed circle, but a return that carries us forward into new territory. The same geometry unfolds across every scale. DNA coils in a double helix, carrying memory and possibility. Blood swirls as it leaves the heart, easing its flow. Breath curls in subtle spirals through the lungs. Seeds arrange themselves in Fibonacci spirals. Vines climb in spirals. Storms spin over oceans. Galaxies wheel their stars in vast spirals, echoing the same form we see in a seashell held in the palm of a hand. From the smallest to the largest, the spiral repeats, not as static repetition, but as return with transformation. Nothing in life is wasted. Every cycle of growth, decay, and renewal carries us forward on a higher arc. Long before mathematics named it, the spiral was carved into stone and woven into myth. The Celts honored the triple spiral, the triskele. The Maori revered the unfurling fern, the koru, as life and renewal. Mesoamerican traditions spoke of the serpent spiraling through myth and time. In Hindu practice, Kundalini energy is described as a coiled spiral rising through the body. Why such universality? Because these cultures lived immersed in nature. They saw spirals in ferns, shells, storms, water. The spiral was not an abstract design. It was embodied knowledge, recognized as the pattern of life itself. The spiral is also the archetype of the soul. Unlike a circle that repeats endlessly, the spiral returns, but never to the same place. In the garden, seeds spiral into growth, plants spiral into decay, nutrients spiral into renewal. In our lives, we spiral through joy and hardship, returning changed. In the heart, coherence spirals love outward into the field around us, measurable not just within the body, but radiating several feet beyond. The spiral reminds us life is not a treadmill endlessly circling. It is a rising and deepening journey. Each return is a new octave. Think again of HeartMath's sine wave of appreciation. On paper, it looks simple. In the body, it is a spiral of blood flow, electromagnetic radiation, and coherent rhythm. Our love and gratitude do not stay contained. They spiral outward, entraining others, touching the environment. The garden does the same, seeds spiraling into new growth, compost spiraling into fertility. Your heartbeat in coherence is an echo of the same spiral that shapes galaxies and seashells. So, how do we live the spiral in daily life? Practice coherence. Through gratitude or heart focused breathing, align your heart into that sine wave rhythm. Observe spirals in nature. Notice ferns unfurling, shells growing, water swirling. Let these patterns remind you of your own coherence. Reflect on spirals in your life. Where have you returned but at a higher level? How have your challenges composted into growth? Garden with awareness. See the spiral of renewal and decay as a living mirror of your own heart. Practice breathing the spiral of the heart. 1. Place a hand on your heart. Let your attention rest there as if listening inward. 2. Breathe through the heart. Imagine each inhale and exhale moving gently in and out of your chest. 3. Call to mind gratitude, a person, a place, or a moment that awakens appreciation. Let the feeling grow. 4. Sense the spiral. As you breathe, imagine your heartbeat not as a line, but as a spiral of energy radiating through your body and outward into the world. 5. Notice the shift. Within minutes, the jaggedness softens. Your body reorganizes around a harmony. Just a few breaths like this can restore coherence. It reminds you that you are part of a larger spiral of renewal, always returning, always transforming. The spiral is the language of life. It is written in our DNA, in our galaxies, in our gardens, and in our hearts. From the infinitely small to the infinitely large, it carries the rhythm of return and transformation. We live in a time of noise and division. The constant stream of conflict can leave our inner rhythm jagged, just like the incoherent heart patterns HeartMath has charted. But coherence is always available, a spiral of order within the chaos. When we shift into gratitude or appreciation, what was erratic becomes the elegant sine wave of coherence. And beneath that wave lies the deeper truth. It is not flat, but a living spiral of energy, circulating through our blood, radiating into our field, and rippling into our relationships. The garden teaches the same lesson. Decay spirals into the soil, renewal spirals upward into growth, and nothing is wasted. So it is with us. Coherence transforms chaos into order, grounding us so that we can meet the world not only with reactivity, but with presence. Life does not circle, it spirals, and every heartbeat carries us forward on that timeless path of renewal and return.